Hey guys, Joey here, and here's my new little toy. It's not new, I've actually had it for a while, but it's the first time I've really documented it on film. Need to cover that up before that fills the gearbox with water. I don't know a lot about it, that's why I'm making the video. I'd like you guys to help me out with that. I know it's a Gravely Super convertible. I'm assuming somewhere 60s, 70s. It's the battery is out of it right now. I had to move an old minivan and I had to go in that for a minute. But it's one cylinder, I don't know how many horsepower, I don't know what kind of motor. I know that it's almost like I don't know what kind of setup. The valves on each side of the jug. It's got two cams. It's weird. Shaft driven Wacko mag. So technically I wouldn't even have to have a battery to get this to start if I found a way to pull start it or something. But I don't really know a lot about this. I know that it's a Gravely. I don't know how to tell what model Gravely it is. I mean, there's not a lot of writing and stuff on it. It's just all I have. All the writings I know of is Gravely Super Convertible. There's a tag. There is a tag. Where is it? We gotta find it first, because I know I seen one. I don't know what it said on it, because they have different models, and it's the models are letters, I believe. I think it's like a J and an A and an H, and there's all kinds of different letters. Well, I gotta find this now. I don't know where it went. There's all kinds of different letters for models. They're all different motors and for different equipments. I found that I could get a film of it, and somebody who knows something about these could run the numbers for me, and I could know what I got. It does have the dualies over there. The only reason this one doesn't is because I took that piece off because the inner tube was popped in the inner tire, and it was always flat. It made it hard to steer. There is some sort of tag at one time. Here it is. Alright, so what this says, it says, if I can get it here to focus here, 00260772. I don't know what it says ahead of that. If it says anything, I don't know. I don't really think it does. But, yeah, I knew it had a tag on it. I don't know what that means. I don't know what model this is, because I would like to buy some parts for it. Just little parts. I mean, most of it's here, but I would like to buy a new tray for the battery. And I'd like to buy this new clutch engagement assembly, because I have this one all rigged up because it'll, with a bungee cord, because it'll disengage while you're driving. These things are awesome. Have not had any problem with this. Last time I was driving, it was a little bit low on oil pressure. I think I probably just need to put a little bit of oil in it. It's probably not getting enough oil up to the gauge. It wasn't running bad. It still had full power, so I went ahead and mowed with it. It could very well be the gauge too. That sits like that outside every single time it rains. I mean, that'll kill a gauge eventually. But you got Josh standing here. But yeah, I'd like to buy some little things for it, like that, a clutch engagement, some new pieces for these levers so they're not that insanely loose. I need a whole new choke cable. I mean, I could just throw any old choke cable off of this, but I want to go ahead and get either new old stock or repos, something. Because if I got this new battery tray, it would probably come with this whole new assembly for my hood, which is just sitting in there and about to come out. I was even thinking about trying to get some more attachments for it. But, yeah. I know this outside tube on this one popped the other day down too, so I gotta go get up to Tractor Supply and get two 8-inch inner tubes so I can get them wheels back on there. I already got my air box put together. Here's what I was talking about. There's that choke. And this thing is completely locked. That was the whole entire assembly moving. I mean, that thing is junk. And on you have to choke it every time you start it, and I have to come down here and pull that up to start it. It sucks. I would rather have a cable. But yeah, I've already done some basic stuff. I took this mag out. This is actually the internals of this Wacko mag right here are out of a completely different motor, because the insides, these have a gasket right here and a seal inside of there, and when this sits with no hood on it, with this here gasket, let me get it to focus, with that gasket there busted and that fills up with water, it basically immediately kills them when they fill with water. So I had to gut this and put new internals in it, and now it's working fine. I was gonna put a whole different mag on it, but turns out these casings here are special for these. They actually bolt down to the bottom of this block, and this here you can't take out where it goes into that coupling. I would hate to have to buy a coupling for this if that ever busted. I don't know why it would, because I mean there's not a lot of play in that. But if it did break, that's another reason I need to know what model this is, so I can get to some website and get some part of some kind for this. Because I don't want something simple like a little adapter like this to get this thing parked in the bushes. Because that's just not my thing. I'd like to be able to get it going again. It runs now, it just needs parts. Because I just mowed with it 2 days ago. It mows good.
Can you make this into a seat?
No, I'm not going to make the mower into a seat. So why, when you fall off the seat, you get sucked up underneath a brush hog? That sounds fun.
No, when you're not mowing. Well, the seat falls off.
Alright, that's enough. I'm filming. I already did the basic upgrades. Like I threw an E3 into it. Complete waste. I don't know why I did it, but why not? I put a new plug wire on it, because the other one had like this. When I first got this whole thing right here is a compacted mouse nest, and somebody had this right here laying right here instead of having it in the fill tube. So guess what that means? That means that was full of water and full of mouse nests, and there's a mud dauber's nest compacted down into that tube, and it was a bastard to get out. I filled this up with oil like six or seven times, and started it for a second and drained it, filled it up, started it, drained it, to clean out all the nastiness. There was like big clumps of nasty shit coming out of the inside of that motor block. But it doesn't. It's all clean in there now. I gotta weld this. I'm just gonna clean it up right here and put a tack and a tack and a tack, because that rattles when you're mowing with it. It's annoying.
Are you gonna paint this?
No, I'm not gonna paint it.
Why?
Because I'm not. It looks like I got either a leak for this, because it's not coming from this tube. It's the leak starting right here. So I either have a leak from this bell housing or whatever this here is, or I have a leak around in here, because I see some oil and nastiness down in there, or I have a leak right here. Somewhere I have a leak, or it might even be the seal for this Wacko mag, which is why I want another reason why I want parts. So I can get some gaskets and some seals and some shit for it. I just don't know what kind it is. Here, I'm gonna shut the hood. I do know this one here just has high-low and forward reverse. Doesn't have the other lever like I see it on some of them on the internet. And it's Gravely Super Convertible electric starter. The trailer, obviously, I just have rigged on there. It's my closest to a sulky as I can get. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to know what model it is so I can get some parts. And if anybody knows, just throw it down in the comments, and I really appreciate it. Alright, thanks for watching my video, and that's it. Peace out.